Disclaimer: this iceberg was made by Bonnie Gamer 64. I'm planning on doing a full Cars iceberg explain video. If you want that, please support this part and segment of this video. Death exists in the Cars universe. This is referring to the fact that we've seen plenty of cars in the Cars franchise die over time, with the most famous one being Doc Hudson, which fans still ponder on what was the cause of his death, with many believing it being, with fans pointing to the options that could be mechanical or most related to the organs. Since we know for a fact that cars do have organs, they could have had some sort of organ failure and died from that. My theory is that, as we know, the Hudson Hornet is a pretty rare car, selling only more than 43,000 units. But we have to keep in mind that this was in between 1950 and 1957, at the time of the movie, too, since that was when Doc was already dead,
Cars 2.
2011, and already passed a really long time since 1957, being 44 years ago. That's a lot. My theory is basically that since the car was so rare, they had no parts to give him once he was starting to have engine failure or any failure exactly that was related mechanically. As for other common deaths we also know happen in the Cars franchise, we know that the cars also can die from internal combustion or external. What I mean by external is basically when their whole body is literally destroyed, like in Leyland Turbo in his original death scene in Cars 2. And Rod Torque Redline, which suffered from internal combustion after Lemon gave him some all in all, and he was hit with an electromagnetic pulse emitter, or the camera, which made his engine explode. Meaning that death does exist in the Cars universe for these three reasons: unavailability of parts to be replaced, as in the case for Doc; internal combustion, as in the case of Rod Torque Redline; and external destruction of the car body, being Leland Turbo's explanation. We also know that the original death scene for Rod Torque Redline was him drowning, so maybe that's another thing that cars can die from: drowning, meaning that they do have lungs. And since we already mentioned, we do know for a fact that they have organs, so that's also pretty plausible.